You ever open your front door expecting something simple, just a quiet Friday night? Leftovers and cartoons and life just throws you into a scene you never rehearsed, one you're definitely not dressed for? Because that's what happened to Maya and me, Ben. One second, I'm a tired 34-year-old warehouse manager trying to keep my kids' fingerprints off the damn glass door. The next, I'm looking at a woman I've never met, standing under my porch light. Her voice all shaky, she just whispers, "My kids are in the car. They haven't eaten." And I'm telling you, it knocked the air out of me, not because I was scared, but because I used to be right there in those shoes, and I swore if it ever happened again, I'd be the guy to open the door. So yeah, before we get too deep, I want to know where you're watching from. Drop in the comments. Let's see who's out there. And hey, don't forget to hit subscribe if these stories hit you in the chest the way they hit me. Now, let's rewind a sec. It was supposed to be a day team, a single dad, son Tyler, age 8, socks never matching, flashlight in his hand like he's ready to chase ghosts. He asks me, "Dad, what if she's a robot?" And I laugh. "Guess I'll just reprogram her to like tacos, huh?" Then the doorbell goes, and that's when everything changes. She's standing there, Claire's shoulders hunched, hair just brushing her chin, those eyes darting like maybe she's got 1,000 stories, none of them safe to say out loud. She can barely meet my eyes when she says her kids are outside, and there's this shame in her voice I recognize, like she's been judged for 1,000,000 times. First question out of my mouth: "Did they eat?" She shakes her head, voice small. "Not yet. I didn't know if I should bring them in." And all my instincts just go, "Hell no, you don't stand out there, not with your kids, not tonight. Bring them in. Tacos don't judge." That's what I say. And so in come these two, boy and girl, quiet, exhausted, her daughter clutching this raggedest stuffed bunny that probably knows every heartbreak in that family. Tyler introduces himself. Acts like this is just another Friday. Claire, meanwhile, perches at the edge of the table like maybe the chair's on loan. And there's a thing you see if you've walked that road, single parenting, scraping by, folks looking at you like maybe you're broken. I told her I know that walk. I was 26, lost everything but my son, had to learn real quick how to swallow my pride and keep going. And for a second, she looks at me like maybe I'm the first person who's seen her in years. After dinner, when the kids are half asleep on the couch, cartoons flickering, Claire leans over, whispers, "I was going to cancel." I almost turned around. I just smile. Good thing you didn't. Maybe tonight was meant for something. Except outside, parked 3 houses down, there's a black sedan, watching nobody, but Claire notices it first. But when her fingers start digging in her sleeve, my alarms go off. "Is someone following you?" I ask. She tries to brush it off, but I know fear when I see it. Turns out, her ex has been tracking her, calls her if she goes somewhere unexpected. Doesn't care about custody, just control. Now, I gotta tell you, the second she said that, the night stopped being a date. It turned into a rescue. I let them sleep over, just told her, "You're not walking back into that." She asked why I do that for someone I just met. I just say, because someone did it for me once. Saved my life. Didn't tell her then about the neighbor who gave me a job when my wife took off and cleaned out the bank account. Just figured she didn't need another sob story. Next morning, Claire's hands are shaking when she checks her phone. He tracked me again. Texted, "Hope the kids slept well at your little boyfriend's." I tell her, "Pack what you need. You're staying here." She looks at me like I'm crazy. I say, "He doesn't get to decide where you feel safe." Her son wanders in, hands me a drawing, 4 stick figures, one labeled Mr. Ben, and under it, "New Family." Claire tears up, but before we can catch our breath, the black sedan's gone, like a warning. For 3 days, it's almost normal kids playing. House feels alive. Claire's daughter calls me Mr. Tacos, and I don't even mind. But you know how peace trembles before it breaks? Tuesday morning, there's a heavy knock, man in a leather jacket, sunglasses, all swagger, says his name's Chase, here for his kids. I plant my feet. "They're not yours to just come take." He laughs, calls me the boyfriend or a sad loner, and promises to come back with lawyers. Claire stands behind me, voice flat. "You haven't seen them in 5 months. Court said visitation next week." Chase just smirks, threatens, then leaves. Afterward, Claire's a wreck. He never stops. I thought I was crazy. I just say, "You're not." He's the chaos, you're the survivor. That night, she gives me a flash drive, says it's everything. Bank records, fake loans, proof her ex is laundering money through his family business. Says the cops are useless. They drink with Chase every Friday. Burn him down the right way, she says. So I call a friend, Caleb. Cybercrime guy traced the GPS he put on her car, links it back to a shell company run by Chase's family. We've got him. But Chase is one step ahead, sticks a new tracker under Claire's car, parks outside the kid's school. Claire's daughter sees him and screams. I don't even think, just drive over, park sideways, get out. Chase tries to act tough, but I lay it out. I know about the fake loans, the GPS, the threats. DA's office has the files. And for the first time, his face cracks. You think you're a hero? He spits. Nah, just a dad who's lost everything before. Not gonna let it happen again. He leaves. But I know that isn't the end. 3 weeks later, it comes to a head. Claire's outside the courthouse, shaking. Chase's lawyers pushing for full custody, painting her as unstable. I take the stand, tell the judge, I've known fear longer than I've known Claire. I know what it means when kids finally feel safe enough to sleep through the night. Slide the cybercrime report across. Judge goes quiet. 2 hours later, bank protective custody to Claire, restraining order on Chase, and finally, an investigation into him. 3 months pass. Claire gets a job. Her kids start to laugh again. One night, she stands in my backyard, asks if I remember that first night. I tell her, you look terrified, but your eyes never begged, just asked for a chance. She smiles, says I gave them a home. I ask her to stay for real. She says yes, but not as a guest. And I kiss her under that porch light, with the kids laughing somewhere behind us. And for once, nobody's looking over their shoulder. Nobody's scared of the dark outside. But you know what? Sometimes peace is the bravest thing you can build, and sometimes the fight for it never ends. Not really. So what would you have done if you were me? Let's talk. Drop your thoughts below. What's right? What's justice? When does protecting someone cross a line? Let's open it up, because I don't think this is just my story, it's a lot of ours.